Nash, again, going back to that hit, it went pretty viral on Twitter, online, the DM's been blowing up, what's that whole situation been like?
Yeah, it's been a little bit crazy, and I really appreciate all the love I've gotten about it and everything. But to be honest, I'm mostly excited that the fact that the Grizzlies are 1-0 and we have the opportunity to be 2-0 this week.
For you, Junior, obviously you got a chance to work with Coach Pease as your position coach the last few years, and now that he's running the show as the offensive coordinator, have you noticed anything different, or are you pretty similar? Like, what are some of the things that stood out with the offense so far?
I just think how explosive we can be. I think he's kind of trying to unlock that. We got a lot of guys who can make big plays down the field, and even in like short yardage, catch and run stuff. I think we got a lot of guys who can do that, and then he also likes to run the ball. So we got some good backs and a good O-line.
You guys kind of have a knack sometimes of games. First drive is just quick scoreability. So why was this past week you guys able to do that with that huge touchdown?
Since Coach Pease has been the OC, he's been preaching on starting fast, and that's how we need to get going. You want to start fast on each drive, start the game, want to start fast, and we were just able to do it there, and it worked, yeah.
And just from your perspective, working with the two quarterbacks, one runs a lot, one throws it a lot. What's it kind of like working with that system from a receiver standpoint?
It's great. Those guys are both highly competitive, and they want to go out and do whatever they can to win. So.
Coach, you talked about Eli Gilman a little bit in the post game. Obviously, he had a great game, but I just wanted to know a little bit more about his background. He's from Minnesota. It's not an area that you guys recruit a lot. How did you guys get him here, and what have you liked about his development these last 2 years since you've gotten him here?
Yeah, he was a highly recruited guy. He had a lot of scholarship offers. I mean, they're mostly FCS and MAC schools. But he came out here for camp. I think he really enjoyed it. Probably a question for him what the recruiter was, but he liked his time here. He enjoyed it. So he committed to us early and then hung on. He's a good player. Obviously, he's a good zone runner. Sometimes that shows who's the most instinctive backs are the ones that are good zone runners. So I think he's got good vision, good instincts, and he's a pretty physical guy for a young guy. And I think the best is yet to come with him, probably.
Bobby, the offensive line, it wasn't mentioned after the game, but did not give up a sack. I think the only thing that was counted as a sack was the intentional grounding. But what did you like about the offensive line's pass protection?
Well, I thought they played pretty well. Run and pass. We can talk for hours after the game about the O-line if you like. That'd be great. Talk about anything else. I thought you wanted to hear about trick plays.
I'm good.
Okay. I thought they played well. They'll continue to go. Played quite a few guys. I think I don't know if we played 8 or 9. What's the number? I think 9. And no, it was 9. I thought those guys did a nice job.
And then also just in the run blocking, it seemed like you guys had a lot more rush yards in the second half. What did you notice from the run blocking from the O-line as the game progressed?
I think that's fairly typical with teams that will be persistent with the run game. I think early in the game, teams have the ability to stop the run a little better, and especially when it's hot out like that. I think you have a chance to wear people down a bit. I think maybe that happened to a degree. Evaluate it that way, but that'd be my best guess is that's how it went. A lot of times if you be persistent with it, those carries that are 2, 3, and 4 yards in the first half can be 5, 8, and 10 in the second half.
Defensively with Utah Tech, Coach, do you notice anything they do specifically, like what kind of stands out about what they do? And do you guys use anything from that 2021 game as you prep, as you mentioned some of the unknowns?
Not really. They're a little bit different. They've got a new special teams coordinator. The offense has changed. So, no, not really. Haven't looked at it yet. probably, I might go late in the week, I might go back and take a look.
Nash, just same thing, just you guys have seen this program before, but there could be a lot of changes, so how do you guys, from like the player's perspective, kind of prepare, knowing it's not gonna be the same team you saw 2 years ago?
I think you just take it like any other game. You know, watch as much film as you can, learn their tendencies as best you can. I mean, they got speed in the slots. They're gonna throw it around the field. So I think you just approach it like any other game. Just make sure you focus in on the little things, and I think we'll handle them just fine if we prepare like we do for every other game.
Couple more.
For both Bobby and Junior, I was just kind of curious with the new clock rules, the clock not stopping on first down anymore. Did you guys notice anything, either going back in film or in game, with the game moving any differently pace-wise with the new rule?
No, I haven't noticed.
Good, you should. Good on you. Yeah, Junior noticed that he wouldn't be focused on what he needs to do, which is what's the next play. But yeah, I think the games are losing plays, and I'm watching other games around the country. I don't know if you saw that 8-second clip of what Chip Kelly had to say. Anybody see that?
Yeah.
Go look at it. That should be viral.
Is that a sentiment you kind of share, just his
I
thoughts?
do. I've shared that already, so I'm beating a dead horse if I keep bringing it up.
Anyone else?
Thanks, guys. Good to see you.
We got one more, Coach.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry, Coach. Junior, just as a matter of course, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of turnover on the special teams unit from year to year. What do you think about the way that those units performed yesterday? You're one of the carryovers on a bunch of those units.
I think they performed well. Obviously, there's still room for improvement. I think we left some yards out there on the field, but we'll take it, look at it on the film, and get better from that.
Now we're done. Thanks,
We're
everybody.
gonna go watch it right now.